If you've struggled with how to explain something about accounting in an online environment to students, that's what this recording is about. I want to show you how you can create recordings for your online students to answer their questions in a very clear way for them. I like to use this Screencast-o-matic. It's free, or you can buy a professional version. It's only $9, or it might be $15, I can't remember, but it's very affordable for the professional version. And the free version is adequate. The free version, you can get up to 9 minutes of recording. If you'd like to do a bigger block than that, you might want to spend the extra money, the $15 at most, to be able to do that for a year, to have unlimited recording time. All you have to do is put into your web browser Screencast-o-matic, and the screen will open up. It's as easy as clicking on this icon here, Start Recording, and boom, you're actually making a recording for your students. Let's look at their demo real quick to get us started, and then I'm going to show you how you might use that specifically in an accounting classroom environment.
Welcome to Screencast-o-matic. With just one click, you can bring up our screen recorder, which you can drag and resize to record anything on your screen. You can also choose from some standard recording sizes, including HD sizes, which work great for uploading to YouTube, or you can record full screen as well. You can choose the microphone that you'd like to use on your computer, and also adjust the recording volume using our Auto Adjust feature if you'd like to get the optimal recording level for your screencast. If you'd like, you can also record from a webcam. When you're ready to start recording, you click the record button and all action inside of the frame will be recorded. You can pause and restart if needed, or click Done when you're finished. After you click Done, a new window will appear where you can choose to upload the recording to screencast-o-matic.com, YouTube, or save to a video file. If you choose to upgrade to our Pro account, you get a lot more features, like recording the system audio that you hear from your computer speakers, editing tools to cut, zoom, blur, add text overlays, and more. Plus, you can run the recorder when offline outside of the browser. To get a full list of features, go to screencast-o-matic.com/GoPro. If you like Screencast-o-matic, help spread the word with a tweet or like on Facebook. And if you have any problems or questions, please click the Help or Send Feedback links to get help. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so I want to make a point. I usually use the standard settings in Screencast-o-matic. I don't do anything fancy. I rarely edit. I just kind of let it go as it is because, you know, this is so much better than nothing for our students. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It's like in the classroom. You're not going to speak perfectly in the classroom. You don't have to speak perfectly in these recordings. We're just trying to assist our students. I usually publish to a video file. I save that on my computer and I upload that into our LMS at school, which in our case for right now, it's the doc sharing. I put it in the doc sharing folder. Sometimes I publish to YouTube for students as well. The other feature on Screencast-o-matic I want to point out is you actually are going to be able to write on your screen with your cursor. It's rather awkward, but it is something. Here are some of the keyboard shortcuts if you want to know how to do that. You can zoom in certain things. And again, I just wanted to bring that to your attention in this particular video. So, what do we do? Well, let me see. I got a little ahead of myself. I actually want to bring up okay, so let's go to our I'm going to use intermediate accounting because that's a course I'm currently teaching. We'll go to assignments, click on assignments, Wiley Plus will open up. In that, I'm going to click on my class, what's been assigned by me, and see what opens up. We're on chapter 7 right now. Let's look at that particular assignment. Students have been asking me a lot of questions about this problem 8, so I could open it up. Now, you could have this screen just like it is and start your recording. So you could direct this for problem 8, open up the solution, and you could just talk through the answer. You might also open up the solution itself because there's some quantitative calculations, move it over so that you could point some things out. Now you can't see it, but I have a little draw icon now in my Screencast-o-matic little area at the bottom of my screen. I can click on draw, and when I do that, I can just draw whatever. So I might just write, interest equals, and then I could write out the formula. I also might just pause the video. I'm going to do that real quick. So I paused the video and I wrote out the whole formula. And that way, if you do pause the video, then your students don't have to just wait around and wait for you to write all of that out. And if you can write numbers, you can see it's not the best. It's a little crude while I'm writing that particular number. I can also draw, if I wanted to draw an arrow like this 3,925, that pertains to this particular number over here in the journal entry. There aren't that many tools. There's just enough to enable you to do some easy, cool looking things, but not too many in this program to make it overwhelming. It's just ideal. Then the other thing is there's an icon that'll erase everything you write. Boom, I just clicked on it and it's all gone. So one option you might have is just go to Wiley Plus, bring up the solution, and talk that through with your students. Another option is to create your own lecture. Now, here's a PDF or a copy of a lecture I delivered in the classroom. And what you're going to see now is things that you would have done if you were teaching face-to-face. You can do the same thing now in your online environment. So you can see what's typed up. I would have handed that out to students, and we would have worked this particular problem. In this particular problem, it's a note receivable that was issued in October 2014, so it's only outstanding 3 months then. It's a 2-year note, so it's going to go all the way through 2015, and then it will mature on October 2016. So, you can go ahead and write out, lay out the time frame for students. I went ahead and calculated for the numbers in this particular version of the problem. The interest is $9,600 annually. But you can just go through and talk through. So if it's $9,600 annually, then 3 months will apply to 2014. That's $2,400. That's what's going to go in that journal entry. It also gave me the opportunity, even though the problem didn't ask for it, to go beyond the journal entries to what are the financial statements actually going to look like, right? Because that's really just as important that students understand the financial statement impact of those journal entries. So we can see, the note is still $120,000 at the end of 2014. We have an interest receivable of $2,400. We also talked about the note will be long-term because it's still outstanding. There's still another 21 months outstanding, but the interest receivable, because it's collected annually, that's a current asset. And of course, in this case, I also set up a note in interest receivable accounts and then color-coded based on the years and went through all that. So that's one option. An even easier version, if you don't want to create your own lecture, is perhaps just freehand what I have at the top here. Go to Wiley's Solution Manual, that website, and that link to that website, and the password for that is in your instructor's memo for the course, for the 201 and 202 course. I put the link in there so you can find that there. But you can just, print out the solution, write on it. If you've got a printer that will scan it, you've got a PDF. Once it's a PDF, you're good to go. Or if you don't even want to do that, write it out freehand, make a PDF, and you've got an electronic version. So this again is the solution. Here you can see I just freehanded wrote out the financial statement impact again, the note receivable for 2014, and the interest receivable, pointing out that interest revenue is going to equal 2 years of that $9,600. So you can just again talk through with your students the impact. Another option is Excel. Now I do want to warn you, if you use your laptop and the microphone in the laptop, be a little careful if you are typing while you're recording, because I learned this the hard way, is that the typing makes noise and sometimes that's louder than your actual voice. So sometimes that's why I like to go ahead and just, even if I do Excel, create the worksheet, make a PDF so I can just talk instead of typing. But it depends. If I use my my computer at home, my desktop at home, I can use a headset for a microphone. But again, you don't have to have that. You can use your laptop with a built-in microphone. In this particular problem, and again, this isn't the same one I was just showing you. This is exercise 18. But by this time, we've gone through time value of money. We've talked about having a data entry area. All of this really would have been, I probably would have had this in there for students, but we would have talked about what are the data entry points. Then we would have discussed what should these headings be? How would I set this up to amortize this note in Excel? What should they have, what columns do we need? We also would have talked about for each column, what should the formulas be for these columns? And then, enter it in probably for the first couple of lines and copy it down. And then, boom, automatically Excel's going to zero that out all the way to the end. Okay, so there you have it. There's multiple ways of creating and setting up little lecture videos for your students to walk them through how to solve some of the homework and how you can talk to them and explain it in a much better way than if they were trying to Google that for themselves. Or often you can just do a better job than, some of those standardized recordings that are in Wiley Plus. So I hope you take the opportunity to use this. I'm sure your students will appreciate it.